Been a student of the heart for far too long, sitting in the classroom of your cruel design. I memorized the ways you did me wrong, and still I stayed, still I stood in line for another lesson, another test, another way to prove that I was less than the love I thought I deserved to feel. I've been a painful student and the wounds are real. I'm a painful student of a broken school, where the only lesson is that love can be cruel. I keep showing up, I keep taking the test, hoping that somehow I'll finally be blessed with a grade semester. I leave a broken heart. When do I graduate? When do I learn that the only passing grade is to not return? I've had teachers like you before, with the same cold eyes, the same closed door. They promised wisdom, they promised growth, but all they gave me was a broken oath. I keep enrolling in the same old will last, but the curriculum is always the same. Build me up, then burn my name. I'm a painful student of a broken school, where the only lesson is that love can be cruel. I keep showing up, I keep taking the test, hoping that somehow I'll finally be blessed with a grade semester. I leave a broken heart. When do I graduate? When do I learn that the only passing grade is to not return? I'm tired of being a student of pain. I'm tired of sitting in the rain of a classroom that never gives a degree. Only more questions, only more misery. I wanna drop out, I wanna believe that love is not a test I have to pass, that I am worthy without the class. I'm dropping out, I'm done with school, I'm taking my heart and I'm leaving the rule. I'm a painful student of a broken school, where the only lesson is that love can be cruel. I keep showing up, I keep taking the test, hoping that somehow I'll finally be played. But I'm graduating myself from this losing game. No more painful student, no more broken rule. I'm leaving your school, I'm leaving your crew. I'm done, I'm graduating, not because you taught me well, because I finally taught myself. I've been counting all the tears I've cried for you. I've been counting all the tears I've cried for you. Every single one, every shade of blue. I've kept them in a jar inside my chest, a liquid library of my unrest. But I'm opening the lid tonight, you see. I'm every single one back for me. Not because I'm bitter, not because I'm cold, because they never should have been sold. I take back my tears, every drop I spent on a love that was never heaven sent. I take back the sleepless nights, the ache. Every tears belong to me, not you. They're the proof of a heart that was too true. But true doesn't mean I repair the wear. I used to think that crying meant I cared, that every salty river was a love declared. But now I see that all I did was drain my own. Get to keep what you never earned. You don't get the lessons that I've learned, so I'm reclaiming drop of grief. I'm finally giving myself relief. I take back my tears, every drop I spent on a love that was never heaven sent. I take back the sleepless nights, the ache. Every tears belong to me, not you. They're the proof of a heart that was too true. But true doesn't mean I repair the wear. I'm not erasing you, I'm not that strong. I'm just reclaiming what was mine all along. The tears I cried for you were never yours to keep. They were the lullabies I sang myself to sleep when you were gone, when you were cruel. That love should never cut his tears, so I'm taking them back after all these years. My tears are mine, and I'm keeping them for joy now. I take back my tears, every drop I spent on a love that was never heaven sent. I take back the sleepless nights, the ache. Every tears belong to me, not you. They're the proof of a heart that was too true. But true doesn't mean I have to tears, I repair the wear. I take them back, every single one, and I'll cry them again. But only for things that matter, you never did. I used to see the good in everyone. I used to give benefit of doubt. I was a daughter of the rising sun before you taught me what love was about. You took my open palms and closed them tight. You showed me how a kiss could be a fight. You turned my tender into something sharp. Now I'm playing a different heart. You taught me to hate, not because I wanted to, but because loving you was tearing me in two. You showed me that the sweetest voice can lie, that the gentlest can make you die. Inside where the softest parts reside. You taught me to hate, and now I hide behind a wall of cold and careful grace. You taught me to hate, and I can't find my old face. I didn't want to become this way, a woman who flinches at a kind word. I used to trust the things people would say. Now I listen for the lies I've heard. In every promise, every gentle hand, I see the ghost of where we used to stand. You broke my trust, you broke my will, and now my heart is standing still. You taught me to hate, not cause I wanted to, but because loving you was tearing me in two. You showed me that the sweetest voice can lie, that the gentlest can make you die. You taught me to hate, just parts reside. You taught me to hate, and now I hide behind a wall of cold and careful grace. You taught me to hate, and I can't find my old face. I don't wanna hate, I want you, but you made hate feel so real. Someone around, but you made hate feel so real. You took my love and twisted it around until the only safe sound was the ground beneath my feet. Away from you, I'm learning someone new. You taught me to hate, not because I wanted to, but because loving you was tearing me in two. You showed me that the sweetest voice can lie, that the gentlest can make you die. You taught me to hate, and now I hide behind a wall of cold, and now I hide. You taught me to hate, and I can't find my face. I'm learning to learn them, but today I'm still healing. You're the teacher. I used to curse the day I met your eyes. I used to wish that I had never learned the painful lessons hidden in your lies. The way the brightest flames are the ones that burn. But now I sit here in the quiet of my healing, and I see the gift inside the wound. You were the classroom, I was the one kneeling, learning what I wouldn't tolerate soon. You're the teacher I never wanted to have, the toughest course I ever had to pass. You showed me red flags hidden in the grass. You taught me that love shouldn't make me sad. You're the teacher and I'm the graduate. I don't need to hate you to appreciate the lessons carved into my chest. You're the teacher who gave me my own test. I remember begging you to change, to be the person you pretended to be. But you were consistent in your cruel range, and eventually you set me free. Free to see that love is not a fight, free to know that walking is not lost. You taught me how to recognize the light by showing me the dark with every cross. You're the teacher I never wanted to have, the toughest course I ever had to pass. You showed me red flags hidden in the grass. You taught me that love shouldn't make me sad. You're the teacher and I'm the graduate. I don't need to hate you to appreciate the lessons carved into my chest. You're the teacher who gave me my own test. I don't thank you for the pain, I thank me for surviving every lesson you threw, for getting up when I could barely see, for learning that my worth was always true. But I don't need your apology, I'm prudent, I just need to honor my own face. Thank you for the lesson, but I gave myself the grade. Final chorus, gentle resolve, voice warm and free. You're the teacher I never wanted to have, the toughest course I ever had to pass. You showed me red flags hidden in the grass. You taught me that love shouldn't make me sad. You're the teacher and I'm the graduate, the lessons carved into my chest. You're the teacher who gave me my own test. A single piano note repeats, fading into silence. The bamboo flute plays one last, like a diploma being handed over. The rain softens. I'm ready for the next thing but a quiet, distant thank you. Goodbye, teacher. Not worth my tears. I've cried a river over you, it's true, enough to float 1,000 ships. I've painted every sky a shade of blue and let you burn me at the tips of fingers that once held your face, of hands that built you up with grace. But I've been staring at the mirror long enough to see that you were never worth the rough. You're not worth my tears, not anymore. Not the ones I've cried, not the ones in store. I've wasted too much soul on a heart of stone. I'm taking back the love I've overgrown. You're not worth the ache behind my ribs, the sleepless night, the silent sobs. I'm done with you, I'm done with the fear. You're not worth my tears. I used to think that crying meant I cared, that every drop was love declared. But now I see that all I did was feed a hunger that was never guaranteed. You took my tears like trophies on a shelf. You wore my pain like it was something else. But I'm not your reward, I'm not your prize. I'm the woman who's opening her eyes. You're not worth my tears, not anymore. Not the ones I've cried, not the ones in store. I've wasted too much soul on a heart of stone. I'm taking back the love I've overgrown. You're not worth the ache behind my ribs, the sleepless night, the silent sobs. I'm done with you, I'm done with the fear. You're not worth my tears. I'm not saying I won't ever cry again. I'm human and the world will bring me pain, but I won't cry for you, my forgotten friend. I won't let you touch my face again with the man of your careless hands. You had your chance, you made your stands, and now I'm standing in a different birthright. I'm taking my tears back, they belong to me now, to my joy, to my future, not to your past. You're not worth my tears, not anymore. Not the ones I've cried, not the ones in store. I've wasted too much soul on a heart of stone. I'm taking back the ache behind my ribs, the sleepless nights. I'm done with the fear. You're not worth my tears. You were never worth the salt, you were never worth the pain. And now I know, and now I'm free. I used to memorize the shape of your smile, the way your eyes would soften after a while. I used to keep your voice inside my head, a lullaby I played before I slept. But now I'm training my heart to a colder thread, not because I want to, but because I must. Loving you is turning me to dust. I'm learning to hate you, not cause I'm cruel, because staying in love with you is breaking every rule of self-preservation, of keeping myself safe. You were a beautiful, destructive wave, and I'm tired of drowning in the wake. So I'm learning it won't take, it's not revenge, it's not a game, it's just survival, calling your name. I tried to love you from a distance first, to keep the good and leave behind the worst. But the good was just a mask you used to wear, and the worst was always poison from my chest. I'm replacing every warm with a colder test. You don't get to live inside me anymore. I'm locking every memory behind a door. I'm learning to hate you, not cause I'm cruel, because staying in love with you is breaking every rule of self-preservation, of keeping myself safe. You were a beautiful, destructive wave, and I'm tired of drowning in the wake. So I'm learning it won't take, it's not revenge, myself safe. You were a beautiful, destructive wave, and I'm tired of drowning in the wake. So I'm learning it won't take. It's not revenge, it's not a game, it's just survival calling your name. I'm learning to hate you, and one day I won't feel anything at all. That's the goal, that's the peace. I used to think that losing you would break me, that I would never see the light of day. But now I sit here in the quiet and it shakes me, how different I am in a different way. You were not my end in a different way. You were not my ending, not my tomb. You were just a season, just a room I had to walk through to get to the door that led me to a stronger floor. You're just a lesson, not a life sentence, a chapter closed, not a lifelong sentence. You told me my own hand is the only one I need to make a future that doesn't have your face. You're just a lesson I learned in grace. It hurt like hell, but here's the truth. You were just a lesson from my youth. I used to thank you for the good times only, but now I thank you for the pain. Because the tears that made me feel so lonely, because the tears that made me feel so lonely are the very tears that taught me to refrain from giving my heart to someone who can hold it, from trusting a hand that's always cold. You were the fire, but I'm the gold that's molded into someone brave and bold. You're just a lesson, not a life sentence, a chapter closed, not a lifelong sentence. You tell me my own hand is the only one I need to make a future that doesn't have your face. You're just a lesson I learned in grace. It hurt like hell, but here's the truth. You're just a lesson from my youth. I don't need to hate you to move on. I don't need to burn the bridge to cross. I just need to know that you are gone. You lost someone who loved you true. I lost someone who never knew how to hold a heart without breaking it. You were just a lesson and I'm calling it quits. Thank you for the lesson, now I'm graduating. You're just a lesson, not a life sentence, a chapter closed, not a lifelong sentence. You tell me what I don't want, what I won't take. You taught me my own hand is the only one I need to make a future that doesn't have. You're just a lesson I learned in grace. You're just a lesson, no, but here's the truth. You were just a lesson from my youth. Class dismissed. I'm ready for the next thing, and this time I'll choose better because of you, so thank you. Hate myself for loving. I used to blame you for the mess we made, for every promise that you never kept. But lately I've been sitting in the shade of a darker truth I can't accept, of a darker truth, a single red flag wave. I felt the coldness, single red flag wave. I felt the coldness in your touch, but I stayed and stayed and stayed. I loved you way too much. I hate myself for loving you, for every tear, for every bruise that I allowed to paint my skin. I hate myself for letting you in. I hate myself staying long for singing aside when every verse was a lie. I hate myself for not saying goodbye. You didn't force me to believe, you didn't make me close my eyes. I chose to feed you all my sighs. I handed you the keys to my chest. I told you where the treasure lay, and now I'm angry at the guest who stole my heart and walked away. I hate myself for loving you, for every tear, for every bruise that I allowed to paint my skin. I hate myself for letting you in. I hate myself staying long for singing aside when every verse was a lie. I hate myself for not saying goodbye. But hate is just love turned inside out, a fire that burns without a doubt. And I'm tired of burning myself alive for the crime of learning how to thrive and full of poison leaves. I give you everything, you gave me thieves, but I'm the one who let you stay. I'm learning to forgive the girl who loved too hard. Find the color, softer, resilient voice, fragile but healing. Every tear for every bruise that I allowed to paint my skin. I hate myself for letting you in. I hate myself for not saying go now. I'm learning to forgive somehow. I'm done, hate myself for loving you first. I don't hate myself anymore. I was just learning, and that's okay. Biggest mistake. I've made mistakes I can't undo. Said words I never should have said. But the biggest one, the one that's true, was falling for you instead of listening to the voice inside that whispered, run before you break. I let my heart be swept away by the tide, and now I'm living with the ache. You were my biggest mistake, my greatest fault, the lesson never wanted to learn it all. I gave you everything, you gave me lies. Now I'm standing here with tired eyes. I can't go back, I can't undo the time I wasted loving you. But I can learn and I can grow. My biggest mistake was loving you, but now I know. I used to think that love was blind, that feeling deep meant it was right. But I was just a fool, out of my mind, chasing shadows in the night. You showed me colors that weren't there. You made me think I'd finally found a home, a heart, a place to care. But you were just a merry-go-round. You were my biggest mistake, my greatest fault, the lesson never wanted to learn it all. I gave you everything, you gave me lies. Now I'm standing here with tired eyes. I can't go back, I can't undo the time I wasted loving you. But I can learn and I can grow. My biggest mistake was loving you, but now I know. Don't regret the loving, just the losing of myself inside your game. I don't regret the tears I'm using to wash away the shame. You were a teacher in the hardest way, fire that burned but didn't stay. And though I call you my biggest mistake, you're also the reason I'm awake. I see clearly now and I'll never make the same mistake again. You were my biggest mistake, my greatest fault, the lesson never wanted to learn it all. I gave you everything, you gave me lies. Now I'm standing here with tired eyes. I can't go back, I can't undo. My biggest mistake was loving you, but now I know. Thank you for the lesson, I'll never forget it, and I'll never be the same, and that's a good thing.